Yo, crypto in health. You want to know how crypto is working in health? We come to you every day with juicy news on wealth, wellness, and well being. We're broadcasting to you live from 1.4 degrees south of the equator and 37 degrees east of the central meridian. I like to tell you we're right in the cryptographic middle of the world. You're with me, Scholastica Mugi, and I'm coming to you at 1200 hours coordinated universal time UTC here on the Ubricoin channel. You're just in time, and we're calling you as a new argonaut for Africa to join us in steering the economies of Africa. And we're guided by Annlee Saxenian, who described in her book The New Argonauts 2006 about the role of the diaspora who traveled to America and returned from Silicon Valley to their home countries to support new industries in semiconductor. Now, in your case, you don't have to keep traveling back and forth like Saxenian described about the argonauts of the 1990s and before. You let the information technology do the traveling for you. And this is through the internet and the blockchain economy, which is the Ubricoin. And this is why we are shilling UBN, because we know it's going to help you solve two fundamental problems: your retirement funds and your education for your offsprings. This is really amazing. Now, guys, it's freezing cold out here, and I remind you that COVID-19 is an invisible enemy, so we should be constantly washing our hands with soap and water, as well as sanitizing every time if you have access to an alcohol-based sanitizer. You're also wearing your mask every time you're in public, and you are observing social distancing without thinking about flouting the COVID-19 regulations, because it's really important for us to keep doing this, guys, for ourselves and also for everyone else, guys. Now, more love goes to Grace Naomi Shiko, Irene Susan Barbara Abed, Evans Betty JJ Jojo, David Muturo, Miss Kindness, Fuchari Productions, Madam Beatrice Morango, Joyce of Seattle, Dr. Stephen Karanja, Mr. Mbuga Kimani Kamau, Eglantin Lonperia Romario, Producer Purity, Tom, Pinch 254, Samuel Gatua, Brand Rakoi, Ian Mwangi, Jacob Yator, R. Cherimo, Eunice Ponjiroge, J. Nelson, The Prince, Chiza, Justin, Mohammed Ali, Global Trader, Ruth Owino, Jane Gashugu, Irene Keaton, Engineer Masinga, The Comical Canadian, Mark Waweru, Steven Opanga, Raja Usman, Veronica Mwangi, Justus Kimeli, Chiza, Charles Kea, Washira SM Pwani, Jane Washira, Lynn Washira, David Ogutu, Bishop Mackenzie, Isaac Kithua, Miriam Flower Moses, Mr. Mbuthia, Pastor Zippy, Jessica Daniel John, Alpha Nyota, Steve Nyabuto, Jason Gor, Wanjiko Kinuthia, Ibrahim Gitau, Felix, Sherry, Shali, Fred, Jojo Duke. Massive love to you guys. And of course, we are ending the week in UBN style and UBN vibe as always. But before then, let us get our inspiration today. And it's coming from Psalm chapter 138, verse 3. In the day when I cried out, you answered me and made me bold with strength in my soul. Amen and amen. Now, on our COVID-19 term, we define asymptomatic. Next, on our crypto news segment, we look at use of blockchain technology in the courtrooms. And on Ubrica today, we talk about UBN's trustless nature. What does that exactly mean? So let's begin with asymptomatic. An asymptomatic laboratory confirmed case is a person infected with COVID-19 who does not develop symptoms. So it simply means that this transmission, the transmission of the virus from a person who does not develop symptoms. And now, according to the Ministry of Health here in Kenya, over 80% of our COVID-19 cases are asymptomatic, which means if we keep flouting COVID-19 regulations, guys, then we won't be getting out of this COVID-19 anytime soon. Now, which takes us to our current numbers, and let us just look at what is happening in as far as our COVID-19 status here in Kenya is concerned. And so far, the number of tested people is now at 200,311, and out of that, 8,975 have tested positive. Then, thankfully, 2,658 have recovered, and we have lost 173 lives to COVID. So you can see what is happening. And if you don't take care, then somebody else, not just somebody else, this invisible enemy is gonna be at you. So let us now cross over to our crypto news segment. We analyze an article on Cointelegraph, and we're looking at, yes, it's an article on Cointelegraph, and it's by Ting Peng, who talks about court in China implementing blockchain for court reform. Now, Chinese courts are implementing blockchain storage technology to record court hearings. Shanghai courts are using blockchain to record hearings as part of a court reform pilot, according to China's local news on July 8th. Participants at a recent court reform conference held by the Shanghai High Court observed that Minhang District People's Court used blockchain technology to record an equity transfer contract dispute. The report added that, and I quote, the metadata table which records the file name, file size, file generation time, and other information of the court record files and written materials is generated instantly. The audio-visual conversion record, the metadata table confirmed by the party's signature, and other materials were completely presented in the electronic file of the case, end quote. Now, the Shanghai court the record reform pilot reportedly started around March this year. A total of 260 courts have been installed and deployed to support the reform in less than 3 months. A total of 90 business courts and 493 judges have applied the trial record reform, and 4,261 trials have been completed, according to the report. So we're looking at implementation of blockchain technology in the courtroom, and this is China. So that then this is in a way, in a bid to secure properties. Of course, we saw recently they had that securing properties story with an electronic seal, and just now we're looking at Shanghai court record reform pilot, which began this March. So you can see what happens. Blockchain technology has got everything that is good, and it's worth investing in. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we're definitely on blockchain technology. And for us, we come in a big way, in the money way. Now imagine that we come in the money way, and not just any other money. We're looking at money that is trustless. This is blockchain money, UBN being looking at it being trustless. So what does it mean really for UBN to be trustless? This is what I want us to cover on Ubrica today. And this is one thing that makes UBN tick. It is its trustless nature, because UBN is designed in a way that nobody has to trust anybody else in order for the network to function. So everyone on the network has a copy of the ledger. So we no longer need to trust a single entity or organization or a third party. So this decentralized ledger is known as the blockchain. That is why we're talking about the trustless nature. You don't need to trust any third party or any entity for you to look at what is happening to the UBN. And if you want evidence of this, I've got you covered. Let us look at either scan.io. You just need to type on your browser either scan.io. Sorry, either scan.io is what you want to do, so that you can see what is happening. Once you get there and you type UBN, you will see every information about UBN. You will also see the transfer that you have made. If you have made a transfer, say 1 minute ago, try making a transfer right now, and you'll see it will be reported here. This is the public ledger. So every information is this is a public ledger. Everyone sees. So you don't have to trust anyone. It is just recorded. So if somebody never sent you the Ubricoins, you just have to look for yourself to see. So you don't have to trust anyone, which makes Ubricoin really, really amazing. And so that is why we want to bring in as many people as we can, because we know that 69,708 of us are still not enough. We need to have, we need to cross borders, because you see, UBN again is borderless. you're not limited. You can use it anywhere, everywhere around the world. So which is really amazing. So we want to see more holders of UBN, and if you definitely don't know how to purchase your Ubricoins, you just come to this particular website, which is either scan.io, and then once you hit the exchange tab, you're gonna see the exchanges in which UBN is listed on, and you will definitely be purchasing yourself as many Ubricoins as possible. And today I see Cryptlock X exchange is the one that's beginning with the UBN ETH pair. And of course, Phoenix Box with UBN Doge is coming in second. Then we have Cryptlock X Exchange UBN HTX is coming in at that with an amazing price. You need to get to Cryptlock X Exchange for that UBN HTX pair. Then we have Ether Flyer with UBN ETH. Phoenix Box UBN BTC is fifth. Now, interestingly, Phoenix Box UBN ETH has gone down to number 6. Normally this particular pair of UBN ETH on Phoenix Box Exchange is usually almost always at the top. If it is not the first one, it is the second one. So I don't know what happened to this particular pair of UBN ETH. I think we need to see more action taking place on this particular pair. So head on to Phoenix Box Exchange, and the only thing that you need to do is to just have your email address and then your password. You're good to go. Buy as many Ubricoins as possible. I'm talking about pumping, not dumping UBNs. You need to be buying. The time to buy Ubricoins is definitely now, guys, because that's the only way you're going to guarantee yourself the benefit, the full benefit of Ubricoin. And the full benefit of Ubricoin is what I tell you. It's the wealth, the wellness, and the well-being is what we're doing to the Ubricoin. That is what is going to bring us back to this bang of wealth, wellness, and well-being. So, guys, as we come into the weekend, we want to see more action on the exchanges. Let's keep pumping the Ubricoin's price. It's 24-hour trading volume, and we're definitely headed in the right direction, guys. I'd like to love you and leave you at that. I'm leaving you with a quote from an American publisher, William Feather, who says, "If we don't discipline ourselves, the world will do it for us." I have been your girl, Scholastica Mugi, and until tomorrow, it is goodbye for now. Ciao.